Hi, my name is Lisa. Welcome to the YMCA 5-day challenge. This is day 1 of our yoga challenge. So today we'll be working on eagle pose. Eagle pose is a standing pose. It is to work towards your balance, and it helps to open up the hips as well as the spine, lengthening through the spine. So go as far as you can. If you need to use any props such as blocks, water bottles, chair, I have my trusty chair right here, so that if you need to use them, or a wall, right? If you don't have any of those in your home, you can use a wall as well to help you get as deep as you possibly can go. All right, so we're gonna start just standing at the top of the mat, and I'll face you, and I'll turn from time to time, just so that you can see any side views. So you're gonna start with the feet about hip distance apart, toes are forward, heels are back. And just find your standing or mountain pose. So you want to find the lengthening through the neck, shoulders down, and just breathe. Inhale, sweep the arms up over the head. And exhale, release. And we'll just do 2 more just to get the breath moving. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. And 1 more, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. So now we're gonna go into our chair pose. Gonna lift the arms up just 1 more time. On your exhale, you're gonna start to shift your hips back as we come into our chair pose. So some things that you wanna think about as you're doing a chair pose, you want your knees to be in line with the second toe right next to the big toe. You want your hips to go back and the chest to stay nice and lifted as you reach through the arms. So side view, right? Just sit back, hips lengthen, spine lengthens, knees over the toes. Inhale, press into the floor, straighten the legs, reach up towards the ceiling, and just release your hands towards the heart, and hands down. We'll do 2 more just like that. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit into your chair. So as you go along, you might get a little bit deeper. If the legs are a little shaky or wobbly, that's okay. Just breathe, deep inhales, deep exhales. Straighten the legs, press into the floor, lift up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And release. Again, 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sit into your chair. Lengthen, breathe, plant the feet into the floor. Sometimes I have a problem. I like to lift my toes, so I have to consciously think about putting my toes down. Press down, lift up, and bring your hands to the heart, and gently release. All right, so that is the beginning, working towards our eagle pose. So next, we're gonna open up our shoulders, right? So standing in whatever direction feels comfortable for you. You're gonna clasp your hands behind the back. So as you do that, you wanna make sure the hands rest right by the sacrum. Have a slight bend in your elbows and bring the shoulder blades together and down the back. Your feet are about hip distance apart, slight bend in your knees. Take a deep inhale. And on your exhale, start to fold over the legs. Again, slight bend in the knees. Start to lift the wrists away from your hips as you bow in. So everybody's gonna be a little bit different depending on how open you are in the shoulders and in your hamstrings. Just allow the head to release. If you're opening your shoulders, you can start towards extending through the elbows, and you can also extend through the index fingers. Release the head and breathe. Just about 3 rounds of breath. Deep inhales, deep exhales. We'll take 1 more breath. And on your exhale, just gently release the hands down towards the floor. Again, slightly bending the knees. You're gonna just roll up through the spine, 1 vertebrae at a time. All right, so think about stacking your ankles, knees, hips, the spine 1 at a time. Shoulders and your head should be the last to lift up. All right? All right, so moving on, still working on opening up the shoulders a little bit more. And extend the arms out, right elbow up to the ceiling. Try not to tuck the chin or round through the spine, so you always want to find the opening and lengthening throughout the body. And switch to the other side, so just extend the arms out and open up. And just gently release that. Shake it out if you need to. I always like a good shake. So, okay, the next one we're gonna do is just a variation of chair, which we already did. It's just to help us to work towards getting deeper into it so that we can get to our eagle pose, right? So again, you're gonna start with the feet hip distance apart. Inhale, you're gonna sweep the arms up over the head until palms meet. On your exhale, start to slide the hips back. As you slowly descend, bring your hands to the heart. Take another deep inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna cross over. So that elbow's gonna cross over to the opposite knee. It's gonna go to the outside of the knee as you press the palms together and breathe. So your goal is to make sure one knee doesn't press forward. You wanna try to keep the knees as even as possible. Your legs might shake a little bit, it's okay. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach all the way up. And on your exhale, shift to the other side. So again, the elbow crosses over and open up and lengthen. Deep breaths. Inhale, straighten both legs, push into the floor, reach on up. And exhale, bring your hands to the heart and release. So again, if you need to just shake it out a little bit, go ahead and do that. Right, the legs might be burning a little bit. That's a good thing. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is half chair. That's gonna help to stretch out the hips, right? And that's gonna help you get in a little bit deeper with our eagle pose. So if you need to use a chair or a wall, make sure you do that. So I'll show you how to do it with the chair. And of course, if you don't need it, go ahead without it, all right? So just standing up nice and tall. Whichever leg you want to start with is fine. Just shift your weight over, cross your ankle over the top of the knee. So it's not on the knee, it's just a little bit above. I like to work with the feet, so really flex your feet and spread the toes. When you're ready, you'll take a deep inhale. And exhale, you'll just start to sit back, just like we just did with our chair pose, with the twist. Right, and you're gonna go as deep as you can go. If you don't need the chair, you can bring your hands to the heart. Right, if you need to hold on with both hands, right, I'll show you from the side. Right, and you'll sit back as far as you can go. Ooh, that feels good. Right, so you're really gonna get that stretch. If you have more of a practice and you wanna go even deeper, right, you can bring your hands to the top of the shin, or you can start to walk your hands down towards the floor. If you want to go flat-handed, you can try that. Or if you need your blocks, you can definitely use your blocks at this time. All right, and just go as deep as you can go. Try to keep the hips down. Breathe. Take another deep inhale and slowly come on up. All right, so always try to come in out of your pose the way you come into it. All right. Right, so we'll do the left side, right? So again, shake it out if you need to, right? If you need to switch your hands, turn around, whatever you need, right? Try the other side. Deep inhale and exhale, sit into your half chair. Ooh, this side needs it. Right, so you might wobble, right? I'm wobbling a little bit. No problem if you start to wobble, just stop. Find your center, find your focus, and then continue on. Right, so again, go as deep as you would like to. If you want to bring your hands down, you may do that as well. Just deep inhales, deep exhales. Take another deep one, and slowly come out of it. Ooh, yes, all right. So hopefully you guys are feeling good. We're heading towards our apex, which is the main challenge. and that is eagle pose. So eagle pose, I'll show you some variations with the arms. Again, if you need to, you can use a wall, so you can place your back against the wall. If you find that yourself is very wobbly, right, and you're falling over, we want you to try and work on the pose rather than necessarily your balance, right? So to start, you'll start standing up nice and tall. You're gonna take your foot and cross it over, right? So as you take that foot and cross it over, you wanna try and tuck the toes behind the calf, right? One side of my body, I can get that done. Other side, I can't, right? And that's all right, right? We're never even on both sides. So if you can't get that foot to tuck, you're gonna just hold that foot in as close to the other leg as possible, right? If you're crossing your right leg over, you're gonna cross the left arm over the top. You'll wrap the arms around and bring the palms of the hands together with the hands resting right in front of the face, right? So a lot of us are not really open in the shoulders. So if you can't get that accomplished, don't worry. You can release that and either do the back of the hands together, or you can release that completely, bring your elbows and the palms together, right? So instead of doing something weird and funky with the hands, just bring the hands together so that way you can work on opening up the shoulders. All right, so we'll go back into it. So again, crossing the leg, crossing the arms. Deep inhale, and on your exhale, you'll start to descend. All right, so again, if you start to wobble, stop, find your focus, and then once you have your balance again, you'll go as deep into it as you possibly can. So you want to get as small as a ball as possible, right? And one side is definitely going to be easier than the other side. And that kind of just how it is, unfortunately. If you tend to lose your balance, don't worry about it, right? If you fall out, just come right back into it. Breathe, take another deep inhale, and slowly come on up. Just work your way out of it, unpretzel yourself. Ah, made it, right? So we're gonna try the other side, right? Again, if you need to shake out the legs, go ahead and do that. When you're ready, cross over the other leg. So if your left or your right is on top, make sure you get the other arm on top. Again, rotate or make any modifications with the arms that you need. Take a deep inhale and exhale, descend. So go at your own pace, right? Ooh, I'm a little bit more wobbly on this side. And breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. And when you're ready to come up, you'll go at your own pace. Inhale, slowly press to lift up. Unpretzel, fall over a little bit. Release the hands, right? And yay, we did it. So that will be your day one challenge. That was eagle pose. So if you're not quite there yet, that's okay. Keep practicing it, right? We never get anywhere with one day of practice. So keep doing it. Come back for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be another fun challenge, and I'll see you tomorrow.